Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Tulsi Physics. So if you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe and click the bell button for more updates. So இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பார்க்க போற டாபிக் என்ன அப்படின்னா ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் டூ வெக்டார்ஸ். ஸோ ரெண்டு வெக்டாரை நம்ம ப்ராடக்ட் பண்ணால் என்ன கிடைக்கும், ஸோ அதான் இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். ப்ராடக்ட் ஆஃப் two vectors. So last video we have seen about scalar and vector. So இந்த quantities நம்ம physicsல யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தாச்சு. ஸோ ரெண்டு குவான்டிட்டியை ஆட் பண்ணால் என்ன பண்ணலாம், ஜென்ரல் அடிஷன் மாதிரி தான் வெக்டரையும் ஆட் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ அது ப்ராப்ளம் கிடையாது. வேறஸ் இன் ப்ராடக்ட்னு வரையில் there are certain rules, certain conditions, அதெல்லாம் நம்ம ஃபாலோ பண்ணி ஆகணும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் ஒரு வெக்டார் அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம எப்படி ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணுவோம். So a vector is represented in the form of I vector or else I cap plus B J vector or J cap plus C K vector or K cap. So this is a form of vector where A is in the direction of x axis, which is corresponded to I vector, and vice versa, and B is corresponded to the y axis, which corresponds to J vector, and similarly C is for Z axis and K vector. Here A, B, C are constants, whereas I vector, J vector, K vector represents the vectorial direction. Okay. Now, what is product? Product is nothing but simply we can say it is multiplication. So multiplication. There are two types of multiplication in case of vector. So what are they? Product of two vectors comes under a dot product or a cross product. So these are the two products. So what is dot, what is cross? Simple, it's just dot and it's just cross. Doesn't matter. Now consider A vector and B vector. So how it is described here? A vector dot of B vector, whereas here A vector cross of B vector. Now one more thing, the dot product is also called as a scalar product, whereas the cross is also called as vector product. The cross is also called as vector product. So why the name came? So இந்த நேம் ஏன் வந்துச்சு அப்படின்னு நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். ஏன் வந்துச்சு, A vector dot B vector ஓட ஆன்சர் வந்துட்டு என்னவா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா it will be a scalar. That is only magnitude மட்டும்தான் இருக்கும். இன்னும் சொல்ல போனால் just a number, ஒரு நம்பர் இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா that is scalar. So the result of this product gives a scalar, so it is called as scalar product. Now the cross product will yield us a vector again. So it is also called as vector product. Now let's take an example for scalar product. So we are talking about product of two vectors. So I'm taking one vector A vector as, let's take I vector plus 2J vector plus 3K vector. Similarly B vector is equal to I vector plus J vector plus K vector. Before getting into these terms, we'll see the angles of these products. So we already know that a vector is like, this is a vector, also this is a vector. Let's say this is A and this is B at an angle of theta. So now the product of A vector dot B vector will gives us magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector into cos theta. Similarly, A vector cross B vector is equals to magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector into sine theta along with an n cap. So now see, this magnitude of A vector is nothing but a scalar, or in our general terms we will call it as number. So this is purely a number as we saw in our last slide. Similarly, it's a vector which is given by this notation. Now see, A vector dot B vector gives us AB cos theta. A cross B gives us AB sin theta. Here the modulus of A vector can be found through, here I am taking the modulus of A vector is equals to, the modulus கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது ரொம்ப சிம்பிளான வேலை. எப்படி பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா, it is just a root of I உடைய coefficient யார் இங்க, that is கெழு, இங்க வந்துட்டு 1 square plus J உடைய coefficient யாரு, it's 2, so 2 square, and similarly K உடைய coefficient யாரு, it's just 3, so we'll write 3 square. So the magnitude of A vector will be, the magnitude of A vector will be root of 1 plus 4 plus 9, which is equals to root of 10 plus 4, 14. So root 14 is the magnitude of the given vector A. So the angle theta, if suppose it is given with like a 60 degree, say it is a 60 degree. Okay. So now similarly for the magnitude of B vector is equals to root of 1 plus 1 plus 1, which implies root of 3. So our A vector dot B vector is equal to, the magnitude of A vector is root 14 and the magnitude of B vector is root 3 and cos 60. So we have seen the values of cos 60 from trigonometry. So the value of cos 60 is root 3 by 2. So root 14 into root 3 into root 3 by 2. So this yields a scalar. Say it's just 3 root 14, 3 root 14 divided by 2. Okay. So this is how we'll find if the angle theta is given. Okay, another way of finding this product, when the components are given, these is the component. If the components are given, we can do one more thing also. So let's see how it is done. Yeah. Before that, we'll see one more thing, that is A vector dot B vector is equal to 0 in certain condition. What is that condition? Let's see. If it is parallel, if the given vectors, are parallel, and before that I'll write A cross B vector is equal to 0. And one more thing, it is if the given vectors are perpendicular. So as we know, A vector dot B vector is equal to AB cos theta. Here when theta is equal to 90 degree, here when theta is equal to 90 degree, that is the case of perpendicular, we'll get the dot product equals to 0. We'll get the dot product equals to 0. So if the dot product is 0, we'll have the given vectors are perpendicular. Similarly, if A vector cross B vector is equal to AB sin theta, as we know, into n cap, here if theta is equal to 0 degree, that is parallel. If this parallel, the given two vectors is making 0 degree, it is not even touching anywhere, so it makes an angle of 0 degree, whereas here it makes an angle of 90 degree. Consider this as A, this is B vector. This one is A vector and this one is B vector. Here it makes an angle of 0 degree. When this is 0, A vector cross B vector is equal to 0. In this case, it shows the thing is parallel. So this is an important condition we should remember, and it's an easy one too. Since if you are strong in cos 90 is 0 and sin 0 is 0, we'll be able to remember this. Now, with the components alone, how we can find this thing? So, the components given here, let's say it is A vector is equal to I vector plus 2j vector plus k vector. B vector is equal to 3I vector plus j plus k. Okay. Now I am going to find A vector dot B vector. So it is just a dot product of these two vectors, that is I vector plus 2j vector plus k vector, dot product of 3I vector plus j vector plus k vector, and theta is not given here. So when theta is not given, with the components alone, how we can find this A dot B? Also, how we can find A cross B? So this will be seen in the next video, and thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe and do comment if you need any other topics, and click the bell button for more updates. Thank you.